and welcome back to my channel. I absolutely hate this filming setup so much. This is kind of similar to the filming setup I always use, but I just don't like it anymore, and my room is just not the best place for filming because every angle is not a good angle to film. It just doesn't look good. So we're dealing with this today. Today I'm having a filming day. This will probably be the only video I film in this angle. I'll probably film the rest somewhere else. Who knows? It's doing my head in quite a lot, but it's fine. We're just gonna go with it. But today, as you can see, I look a bit strange. Basically, I have done my foundation and my primer and my concealer, and the rest of the makeup I'm going to do for you now because I wanted to do a video where I use all the products that I'd kind of forgotten about. So with foundation and concealer and that, I use the same ones, and like there wasn't any that I'd kind of forgotten about or like that were at the back of my drawer or anything. These are just the ones I use a lot, so I just did those off camera just to save time. But I thought I'd do this as a little get ready with me because, like I said, I'm having a filming day, so I thought I'd make a video out of this as well. I'm just wanting to film as much content as I can because I'm feeling really inspired at the moment, so that is what I'm doing. I have very recently had my brows done. I had them done a couple of days ago, so I probably won't need to do much to them, but I do have a brow product to show you that I'm going to use. So today I am going to use a load of makeup that I'd kind of forgotten about or hadn't used for a while. So the first one I'm going to start with is brows, and I don't even remember where I got this or when I got this, but I'm using the Essence How to Make Brows Wow makeup box, which I don't think I've used very much at all. It is basically a brow kit with some brow powders in it, so I'm going to use the darkest shade, which Love Brunettes, because obviously my brows are freshly done, so I'm just going to use that to fill them in a little bit because I don't think any of the other colours will be the right shade. I don't really need to do much with them, to be honest. I could probably get away with leaving them, but I am going to put a little bit of product in. Oh, okay. Just realised I didn't brush through my brows, but to be honest I don't think I need to. Actually, I quite like that. Maybe I should start using, I forgot how much I like brow powder. I think brow powder is good for when your brows have been freshly done, you only need a tiny amount. I used to use my Tanya Burr one all the time though, even when I didn't have freshly done brows, so I've just found that pomade and brow pencils are easier and work better for me nowadays, but I've only used a tiny bit and that brow's done. I'm very impressed. Normally when my brows are freshly done at the moment, I use my Benefit, oh, I don't know what the pencil's called, Ready Set, no, what's it called? It's from the Anna Ciccone brow kit. Basically I use that just to lightly fill in bits that are a bit sparse or just need an extra filling in, but to be honest, like I said, I can get away with not doing much with them at all or anything with them at all. But yeah, this is actually quite good for just adding a little bit extra just to give them that finished look. Honestly, it's so easy. That is my brows done. And I know my brows are very bold, and you're probably not used to my brows being this bold because I don't often get them done. Only recently I've been getting them done more often, but yeah, when the rest of the makeup's done they'll look better, and I just like bold brows. And I think my hair's kind of darker now, it's not like super blonde, so I can get away with darker brows. But it's to everyone's taste, so people might hate these, but I like them, so that's all that matters. But yeah, brows are complete. Actually very impressed with that product. Maybe I should start using that a bit more. This is one of the good things about this. I do need to have a makeup clear out soon because there's a lot of things I just don't use, but that is one thing I was going to get rid of, but I might not need to now because I quite like it. Okay, now on to eyes. So for eyeshadow, I am actually, obviously before filming this video, by the way, I went through my drawers and looked at things I'd forgotten about, hadn't used in a while, and picked those out beforehand. One of the things I decided to use, which is for my eyeshadow, is the Urban Decay Alice in Wonderland palette. Help if I held it that side. And you may remember this when it first came out. I remember it being super hyped online. I even made a blog post about this. I was so excited. I'm a huge Disney fan, of course. I'm sure you already know that. Especially by the Walt Disney quote right behind me. But I bought this. It was like £43 or something. Is that right? It wasn't too bad, to be fair, especially for like Urban Decay and whatever, but I kind of wanted to buy this just as like a collector's item, I guess, just something to keep. I had it on display for a little while and I was like, even if I don't use it that often, I just want to have it because it's pretty and it's something that I can keep. And I love the packaging of this. I think it's amazing. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this. If you've not watched my videos before, you might not remember when I showed this, but it's got the mirror there. And there's a little, it's really hard to, let me just take the drawer out so it doesn't fall out. Then it's got these little doors here that say, I'm not strange, weird, off, nor crazy. My reality is just different from yours. And I really, really, really love that quote. And when you open it up, it's really hard to show you. Ugh, open it up and there's like a 3D butterfly inside. It's amazing. And then there's a drawer underneath that you can pull out and it's got the eyeshadows and the eyeshadow brush. If I'm honest with you, I don't use this eyeshadow palette a lot at all. Haven't used it in a long time because when I have used it, I've just found that the eyeshadows are just not very pigmented at all. I was really surprised as well because I have Decay eyeshadows that I like my Naked 2 palette's really pigmented, and I have the Naked Smoky and the Naked 3 palette, and they're not my favourite palettes in the world, but they're still good. But this, it just seems like I used to really struggle with getting the pigment and blending it and stuff, so I'm still glad I got it. I don't regret buying it because I like having it just to have, because it's such a pretty palette, and it's one of those things, it doesn't matter if I don't use it because I can just keep it anyway. And the main reason for getting it was for that. It wasn't necessarily for using it loads. So yeah, I'm gonna have a go at using this again, see if I can get on with it again. But when I've used it before, I'm not super keen on the eyeshadows. Like, they're beautiful, like they look amazing here, but when you put them on your eyes, it just doesn't really match up to what you see here, I guess. So I'm just gonna go in with the shade Chessboard, which is just a matte brown down here, which looks like a decent shade, but I don't know what it's gonna look like on my eyeballs. See, that looks okay. I think it's this brush that it comes with as well, to be honest. Like, it's got this side which you'd think would be good for like this sort of thing, but because it's quite thin, sometimes it's a bit harder to see. That looks okay. I don't hate that, but that is one of the like standard shades, so I think it was more like some of the other shades that I used to struggle with. See, that shade's okay. Also, I really hope this makeup turns out okay because I have lots of other videos to film today and I don't want to have to redo my makeup or do loads of videos with makeup that I hate. Okay, so that is the first shade done. It looks awful, but that is just how I've applied it, so I actually don't hate that shade at all. I think that's a good shade. I don't really like applying it with this brush, but I wanted to use the brush that came with it just because I haven't used it in a while and I wanted to use the whole shebang. I don't know what to go with next. Oh, I might use a bit of this shade, which is called Chronosphere. Have I said that right? Probably not. And it is this shade here, and it is like a shimmery brown, and I'm just going to put that on the outer corner. It's picked up nicely on the brush. This is like a first impressions. It obviously isn't, but I haven't used it in a long time. In the last of what I can remember, I wasn't keen. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. It's not super pigmented, but it does kind of look nice. I think because I'm not trying to do a really shimmery lid shade or anything, it's okay. I just wanted a little bit on the outer corner. Okay, that's all right. Now I'm going to go with a lid shade. I'm just going to go for Kingdom, which is a slightly lighter shade. It doesn't look all that different. That's another thing. A lot of these shades are quite similar. There's quite a few brown shimmery shades. There's 3 brown shimmery shades and 1 matte brown shade. So, I don't know. I suppose they could have added a bit more colour maybe, but Kingdom, which is here, I'm going to put that on my lid. So it's not going to be a super shimmery one. I just want to have makeup that doesn't look crazy for the rest of the videos that I'm filming. That is pretty. I feel like this palette is pretty, but it's not something you'd use to go for like really intense colours and shimmers because it just doesn't have the payoff. Maybe if you used your finger to apply, but I think I've tried that before as well and it's still not been as good. Okay, I've just added a little bit of that because I don't want to put too much, and I don't hate this look. I mean, I don't like how I've applied it because I'm just not very good at applying eyeshadow, but the eyeshadows themselves I don't hate. I've never hated them, but it's better than what I remember, but I think that is because I've used some very neutral shades. I'm just going to swatch one. I think I remember using this light blue and not being super keen, so I'm going to like swatch it now. Okay. I'm really bad at swatches. See, it looks pretty good there, but like I remember you'd used to like, when you'd like blend it out on your eye, it'd start to like disappear, if that makes sense. I feel like it looks like I'm really trying to bash this palette, but I genuinely like it. It's just not my favourite, and I expected it to be way more pigmented than it was, but I still like it. It is one of those ones I won't use as much as others because the main reason I have it again is just to have and not necessarily use, just to keep. It's one of those ones I'll keep forever, I think. But I'm gonna put as well, I've just remembered, I'm gonna put a little bit of the matte brown under my eyes just to tie the look together. There is a tiny bit of fallout, but I get that with so many eyeshadows. So yeah, this palette, oof, I've got eyeshadow in my eyes. But this eyeshadow palette was limited edition, so you can't actually get it anymore, I'm afraid. Okay, so now onto eyeliner. I genuinely nearly skipped eyeliner because I thought, oh, the only liquid eyeliner I've got is one that I use all the time. And then I found this one, which is a Ted Baker one, and it is like one of those felt tip style ones. But I have had this a long time and I remember really liking this. I assume it's probably quite dried up now because I haven't used it in a while. It wasn't like super pigmented, but it was really nice to use still. But I can't imagine it's going to have much pigment left now, and it's probably going to be quite dry. But we're going to give it a go anyway, and also because my eyeshadow's dark, it might not show up. But it's fine. It's not super dark. It looks way darker on camera than it is in real life. Like in real life, it looks like a lot more natural and nude, but on here it looks really dark. I don't know if it's the ring light. For some reason, the ring light I feel like sometimes makes things look worse. Like I find it harder sometimes to do my makeup in front of a ring light because I can't see. And also on camera I feel like it makes it look almost darker, which doesn't really make sense. But I need to stop complaining. I'm not complaining, but it sounds like I am. I don't know. Let's give this eyeliner a whirl. It is from a Ted Baker set, makeup set I had. Yeah, this is quite dried out now. I'm going to try and use it anyway. I'm probably going to bin this after this because there's no point keeping it, but I'll just use it as a really subtle winged eyeliner. Oh, it is building up a little bit. Also, I'm awful at wing liner, just a warning, and I'm not used to using this again because it's been a while. I mean, it's really not working. I'm gonna go over it with my normal winged eyeliner because this is just dried out. Nothing wrong with the product, it was really good, but it's dried out. So I'm gonna go in with normal wing liner to cover that up and then get back to you. Winged eyeliner is very uneven, but that is just something that happens. So something that I've learnt to live with because it's rare that I get my eyeliner even, and today's not a good makeup day, so we're just rolling with it. Now onto mascara. This is one that I have never opened. I don't even know how long I've had this. I don't know when I got it. I don't know if someone got it me as a gift or what, because I don't remember buying it, but it is a sealed mascara, so it's brand new, so it's not one that's been open for ages and it's really old. But I still don't know if it's going to be any good because I have had it a while, so I don't know if that still means it's going to be horrible. But it's from Accessorize, and it's an Accessorize volumizing mascara. The only other mascara I have is my Benefit Bad Gal Bang mascara, and if I don't like this, I'll just buy a new one before that one runs out. Don't know if I'll buy the Bad Gal Bang one again because I probably want to buy one that's a bit cheaper. Let's have a look at this mascara. Okay. I don't know if this is a cheap mascara or not. I literally have no idea, not a clue, but let's give it a go. Probably not gonna be able to see this anyway. Oh my god, my makeup looks awful. Ah. Okay, so at the moment it doesn't feel like it's doing a lot, but I've noticed a lot of the time when I use mascara, the first couple of times I use it, I don't like it. and then the more I use it, the more like I like it again. I feel like sometimes you have to warm up the product a bit, or once you've opened it, it kind of starts to work better. I know that sounds really stupid, but I found that a lot with mascaras, because I didn't like my Bad Gal Bang the first 2 times I used it, and now I like it. But this doesn't feel like it's doing much. Like, I feel like I'm putting it on and there's not much coming off the brush and going onto my eyelashes. But yeah, at the moment I don't like it. I'm gonna give it a few more goes, like over the next few days or whatever, just to give it a chance. But if not, it's probably just gonna go in the bin. Not really getting much from that, if I'm honest. Looks nice on the bottom lashes, but I think that's just because it seems quite subtle at the moment. Again, it might be one of those ones that I need to use a couple of times before I get the full effect, but on my top lashes, it's not really doing me any favours today. So this is like my 3rd coat just on this eye, and it's looking a little bit better, to be fair. Oh God, I've literally look like I've got no mascara on. I might have to put some Bad Gal Bang on after this, because I'm not enjoying it. I look like I've got no mascara on. Okay, now onto contour and blush. I found this Avon contour and blush thing. I don't know what it's called. And it looks like this. And I remember I used to use this quite a bit. It doesn't look like I have because it looks brand new, but I did use it for a little while. So I'm going to use this as my contour and blush today. I will use the brush as well that I always used to use for contour, just seeing as we're throwing it back. I used to use this for contour all the time. Now I have a specific contour brush. You've probably seen me use it in recent videos, but I'm going to have a go at using this again because I haven't used it in a while, and just get a little bit of product on there. I don't know how pigmented this is going to be, so let's have a look. It feels weird doing contour with this brush again. Oh, what's happened to my foundation? Ugh. Do I want to make any more noise? This is quite nice. It's quite subtle, so it doesn't look too harsh. The one I use at the moment I really like. It's from 17, but it is quite intense, so literally the tiniest amount is very pigmented. But this is one of those ones that's really light, so more for every day, this is probably better, and I should probably start using it more. I don't know if this is more like a bronzy shade rather than a contour shade, but then, to be honest, I sometimes don't even know the difference between a bronze shade and a contour shade. I'm not a makeup artist at all. I just like doing makeup and I enjoy painting my face. But yeah, I quite like this. Again, contour always looks way more intense on camera than it does in real life. I always find that the case. Right now it looks quite natural, like in person. Even under the ring light, looks nice and natural. On camera, it looks like paint. So I apologise for that. I can promise you now it does not look like that in real life. I don't know, maybe to you guys it doesn't look that intense, but I have no idea. I'm going to put a little bit on my forehead like I always do, because my forehead's giant, and the more I can do to make it look smaller, the better. Although I don't really know if it makes it look that much smaller, but it's fine. We like to pretend it does. It blends really nicely as well, which I really like. It's nice and subtle and also blends lovely, so it's not like a stripe across your face. I think they're doing some work in the room next door, which is just perfect. It's just perfect, isn't it? Everything is happening today. The one day I have to film. It's ridiculous. I'm probably going to film the rest of my videos downstairs because it'll probably be quieter and a nicer space to film in. Oh my god. Okay, contour done, loving it. Now I'm going to go onto the blush shade, which I'm hoping is also quite a natural one as well. It's not too pigmented. I've put a tiny bit on the brush because you never know with blusher. Okay, that is quite intense. I'm going to brush a little bit off on my hand, see how it blends out, because I don't want to look like a clown. I have too many videos to film. Oh dear, definitely put too much on. It's fine. We'll try and blend it out. I find that with blush, I always find no matter what blush I've got, it's always really intense, and I'm always like having to use the tiniest amount, and even then sometimes I feel like it looks like too much. Because like I want to look like I've got nice rosy cheeks and I've got some colour to my face rather than just looking dead. But at the same time, I don't want to look like a clown or a drag queen. Not that I've got anything against drag queens, because they are amazing, but that's not the look I'm going for right now, so I'm going for a more natural vibe. So it looks a bit better now it's blended out, but I'm definitely going to try and put less on the brush for this side. Why is my foundation so patchy today? Oh my god, what's going on? There is the blush done. Kind of look crazy at the moment, really not liking my makeup today, but it's not just the products, it's one of those days, you know, one of those days where your makeup is just not going right, your skin's not cooperating, your eyes are not cooperating, nothing's cooperating. The only thing that's cooperating is my brows because I've just had them done. We're going to go on to highlight now, which this isn't technically just a highlight, it's like a blush, a highlighting blush, I guess. So now I'm just going to put more blush on my face. I'm going to apply it like a highlighter because when I've used this before it's quite glowy, it's like a natural glow, and this is the W7 Honey Queen Honeycomb Blusher, and I think this is kind of a dupe of the Benefit one, is it? The Dandelion one? Is it? I've never had it before, so I don't know. It's one of those, you can tell by the packaging as well, it's the dupe for one of those, like the Hoola Bronzer looks like this sort of packaging in this box. So I'm going to apply it like I would with highlight. So I'm just going to, although I did used to use this as blusher, and I just really like it, it's like a really natural one. So I'm going to apply this just as highlight. So this isn't one you'd wear as like a super glowy one, it's very natural. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it on camera. Oh, I think you can a little bit. It's just really natural. Again, good for a basic makeup day. But if you were wanting to go full glam, you'd probably choose something different. But again, you could use this as just a blush, and it's just like a glowy blush instead of using blush and highlight. But I still love this. I still really love this for a more natural day. So, because a lot of the time, most highlighters are really intense all the time, and sometimes, like, I love a highlight, like an intense highlight, don't get me wrong, but sometimes you want to go for a more natural look, you go in really basic makeup and you want a bit of a glow, and then it goes very over the top and it kind of ruins the whole thing. But this is one of those ones that is quite subtle but isn't so subtle that you can hardly see it. It just gives you a healthy glow and I really like it. So that's that done. Now onto the final step, which is lips. And to be honest, I struggled with this one because I had a clear out of lip products. I say recently, it wasn't recently at all, but all the lip products I have, I'm aware of. I do have a couple of like samples I got a while ago that I've never used. I think that was when I brought my Estee Lauder illuminating cream stuff. I don't know, was it Estee Lauder? I don't even know. That I've never used, but I wanted to use an actual lipstick this time rather than a sample. I am going to use them at some point. I've been saving them. Oh, this packaging's broken a bit. But the one I noticed is this one from Avon. I have a lot of Avon products, mainly Avon lipsticks because they are so good. But I have this one that my mom brought for herself, but it was too light for her, she gave it to me, and it's called Perfectly Nude. It's also too light for me, but what I used to do with this is I used to put on this lipstick, which is my Rimmel Kate Moss in shade number 5, which is, I think, the first lipstick I ever owned that my sister got for me, so it's nearly gone. But I have used this recently and I do still love it. And I know you're meant to get rid of products after a certain amount of time, and I do that with a lot of things, but not everything, which I know is really bad, but it's fine. I'm not a beauty guru. But what I used to do is I used to put this on my lips, and then I used to put this in the middle. And this is a matte lipstick, but this is a creamy one, not a creamy one, just not a matte one. Why am I stupid? And I used to just put this in the middle to like do like an ombre lip kind of thing, and I used to really like how it looked, and I haven't done that in a long time, so, and I kind of forgot about this, so that's what I'm going to try and do again today, see if it works. But I used to really like how it looked. Of course this is happening to me. These lipsticks smell really nice as well. I always forget how bright pink it is until I put it on. I'm like, okay. Looks kind of intense at the moment, but I'm thinking when I put this lipstick on, it'll tone it down a bit. I'll probably change my lip colour before I film the next video, if not. But I really like the formula of this. It's really nice. Like, even though it's matte, it's really smooth, but if I wear it on its own, I don't know if you can kind of see, it kind of looks like I have foundation lips. For darker skin tones, this would look amazing, but when you're as pale as me, it's not really great. But When I used to put it in the middle like this and blend it out, it used to look nice. Don't know if it still will. Obviously it does mean that I get it on here, so I always have to wipe it, but it's fine, it's fine. And if you can see it there, look. And then I used to put it here and sort of make sure it blends out. Sometimes I put it all the way over the top, like very lightly, but most of the time I'd put it in the middle and it'd kind of ombre. Already I'm liking it. I don't know, does it look nice? I don't know. Okay, and that is it applied, and I think it looks quite nice. Maybe not with this eyeshadow look, I don't know, because I don't know what else I'd wear it with, but I suppose it kind of matches me because I'm going a bit crazy with like my Barbie vibes, although there's no bright pink on this one. This was from Primark, by the way, if you're interested. I got it fairly recently, so it's probably still there. Yeah, that is the finished makeup. Overall thoughts, there are some products in here that were little hidden gems that I'd forgotten about, others not so much. But it was interesting to do this because I think sometimes when you end up getting and collecting quite a few bits of makeup, some makeup products get accidentally pushed to the back and you don't use them as much, and especially if you fall in love with a specific product, like a specific eyeshadow palette, you end up using that loads and then kind of forget about other ones. But all in all, I love like my whole makeup collection. Like I love that I have so many different things. Like my makeup collection is nowhere near as big as a lot of other people's, but also it is bigger than a lot of other people's too. And I love the makeup I have, and even the ones that don't perform as well, I'm still grateful that I have them, because it's just, I'm very lucky to be able to have like either brought or have been gifted this makeup. Not from brands, like from, you know, like friends and family as gifts and stuff. Yeah, that is the makeup look. I feel like it looks really intense on camera. I feel like I look like a clown on camera. But then when I look at myself in the mirror, it looks okay. Not a huge fan of this lip with this eyeshadow look, so I am going to change it after this video, and also put on some of my Benefit mascara because I literally look like I haven't got any on and I'm not enjoying that. I hope you enjoyed this video, even though it's kind of a mess, but what else is new on this channel? If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below if you liked any of the products that I used and think that I should still keep them, even the ones that I wasn't as sure on. But don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!